Yo, testing, testing, testing. Perfect. What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation for June 9th, 2025. Alright, cool. I hear myself. Everything is good. Um, Started the stream a little bit earlier, so we'll start at exactly 7 p.m. About 10 more seconds. Gave everybody a fair amount of time to get in here and get ready. So, gonna have the Discord open. I'll have the Discord chat. If you have any questions in the Discord, let me know. If you have any questions in the YouTube chat, obviously, let me know as well. Um, just posted our Discord in the YouTube chat. If you guys are interested in joining, everything we do here is free. If the Discord is free, these streams that we do on YouTube are free. We do have a paid membership if you're interested in doing one-on-one sessions, but these YouTube streams are free. Discord is free. Join up, learn something new, and let's get ready for the new trading day. Alright, 7 p.m. Yeah. So the pairs we'll be going over are the ones that you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with US oil. We will be going in order from the top to the bottom. We have some pairs that we didn't really update on the 30-minute or the 4-hour that we'll update tonight. We'll do that now. We'll do that in this stream. If we have to change something, update something, then we'll do that. If not, then we'll keep it as is and we'll just keep going. We'll move on. This finish as a rise, or did it finish as a no net? Finish as a rise. Very close. No questions on the Discord? Okay, cool, perfect. No problem, my brother. I have to replace these wheels on this chair. What is this? Wheel replacement? Alright, so as always, we're gonna go over the daily time frame, talk about where we're at overall, what we're looking for, right? In this case, for example, AUD we know we are in level 3 drop in a downtrend, right? And we know price is at a lower low, looking for price to get into a lower high. Once price gets into our lower high, gives us a set lower high, then we'll start taking those trades going short from the lower high to go into the lower low, right? Right now on the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame, what we had talked about in that session we did Saturday morning, right, is look how many times price has rejected these highs, right? Not only on the 4-hour time frame, but also on the daily time frame, right? We had 1, 2, 3 on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, same thing, 1, 2, 3 different times, right? So right now we're sitting in a situation where we just have to be a little patient, right? If price decides to give us a break of these highs, which again we'll see that now in the 30-minute time frame. If price decides to start giving us these internal higher highs and higher lows, right? And in this case, we'll have to update. All right, let me go ahead and delete these drawings here because we already know what we're looking at. I don't need to have that in my face the entire time. You hear it? What's good, Muhammad? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Welcome back, man. We've missed you. All right, so we know we're trading between this higher low down here. The lowest point is going to be here. Alright, and then we're trading between this higher high over here. Alright, so if price, we'll draw it out here for you guys so you guys can see, well, where are you looking for price to test, or where are you looking for price to break, right? We had a day of rise, counter, again, no continuations. We had a day of no net on Friday, right? So this is what I'm looking for. I'm either going to be looking for price to come back to these highs, right, and start giving us the downtrend move, or we're going to be looking at price to break these highs, give you the retest to then continue. There are only two things that could happen, right? If price doesn't get up to these highs, then it's all good. We'll be looking at the internal time frame, right? If price breaks these lows, then we know we'll go short. If price breaks these lows, then we know we'll go short, right? So just got to keep an eye on these areas. Ideally for AU, obviously, I would love for price to do something like this, so then we could start taking these trades going short, right? So AU, we just got to be patient with it. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. So right now, still just got to wait it out. If we could get an inducement of those highs, then we'll take those trades going back down. Mr. Bashir, what's good, my brother? Good to be back, but fuck these market conditions. Yeah, man. It's kind of crazy how it's crazy. I don't know. There's nothing else I could say. I mean, it's just, whether you go back to the last 2-3 months, you don't even have to do that. Just go back to the beginning of May, and you will see I did not take a single trade. And we've been saying the same thing about these charts for weeks. Like, there hasn't been any advancements. There really hasn't been anything different on the charts. They've been in the same area for the last couple months. So yeah, it's been a really boring couple. It's been a really boring trading year. I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. Right, so AUDCAD, we're still in A1. Again, A1 is the first zone of consolidation in a downtrend. We still don't have a valid break of our lows. Price has been rejecting lows the entire time, right? So again, same way we've been rejecting lows is the same way we've been rejecting highs. So we already have an understanding, like, okay, looking at the internal time frame the same way we did here, right? We're treating the markets the exact same way, right? Once price reached these highs, what did we need to see? A break and a retest. Did we get the break? Yes. Did we get the retest? Yes. Right? Higher low to go into the higher high. Right? Same thing back here. In order for price to continue this push to the top side, what did price need to do? Break these highs. Did price break the highs? Yes. Did it give you the retest? Yes. Did it go back to the highs? Yes. Right? Same thing here. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Did you get the break? Yes. Did you get the retest? Yes. You went back to the highs. Did it break the highs? No. Did it break the highs? No. Right? Technically, this is all the highs here. We draw a box. I drew this pretty bad. Let's take a step back. If we draw a box as to where our highs are, it's all of this here. So this gives you an understanding, like, okay, these are the highs that we need to see price break. Right? So these are the highs that we need to see price break, or it's going to give us the inducement, again, as we've been seeing for the last couple times. And same thing for the shorts. The lows that we need to see price break now are going to be these lows here. So you can see that right now, price is just moving sideways. Right? And that's okay. A lot of people would be scared of situations like this. Right? They'll feel awkward trading in these market conditions, which is okay. Right? This is why you gotta understand your rules, right? Where it's like, okay, if you know you're really looking for shorts, then let's start looking for our rules to go short. Internally, we are still trading lower low and lower high. But again, we already see how price is rejecting these downtrend moves. Right? You would think you have an internal shoulder head shoulder, you have a break, we're looking for the retest. Price consolidated here and then took all those stop losses out for the people going short, thinking that this was just going to be a simple break retest to continue going back down to the bottom, right? And we could see that price now gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, and gave us a break of structure, higher high as well. I feel like I say that word mad fucking awkwardly. Structure. I gotta go to speech therapy. And we still got that hour engulfing candle here at the top side. Right, and then at this point, we had a day of no net on Friday, and then Monday gave us a day of rise. Counter. Right, again, going counter trend. So we'll wait out on AUDCAD. There's nothing really here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, I know that I say this every stream, but everything we do here is the exact same on every single pair. So, day of drop on Friday, or am I tripping? My bad, I didn't even notice the comment earlier. You said that shit at 7:05. I don't even know what pair I was on. On Friday, on which pair? On ACAD or AU? On AU? Is it? I was probably just. It is. Yeah, I don't know why I put a draw. No net. Thank you for that. Why did I say it was a no net? Probably looking at the wrong day. I don't know. Good catch. Thank you. Appreciate it, my brother. Where ACAD is a no net. So EA. Let's go ahead and delete these drawings. Broke below the lows. Gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low. But again, I'm still with EA, right? So let's go back. Let's go to the daily time frame. Right? We know we're still in level 3 and an uptrend. We're still looking for price to reach the previous peak high. We had 3 months of previous pushes to the top side. This month, right? This previous month, price just moved sideways and gave us a no net. And we're still chilling on the 50 EMA, which is good. Right? The only downside to all of this is the fact that we still have a gap at the bottom of the market, and price gave us a break of the second zone of consolidation, never gave us a valid pullback. Right? It just kept trending. Right? So now is when we're getting the pullback. The question is, what type of pullback are we going to get? Right? Are we going to get a simple 23.6, 38.2 retracement? Are we going to get a 50%? Are we going to get a 88.6 retracement? And that's where this gap comes into play, right? I'm assuming that we'll get anywhere between a 50 to a 77% retracement. If we put our fib in the right spots, right, from here to here, right, where this gap is at, where that gap fill would be between the 61.8 and the 78.6. So everything lines up, right? Everything lines up. So at this moment, again, I'll just be looking for continuations. We have 3 weeks of rise on the third week, which was again last week. Gave us a rise drop. Could we expect price to give us that 4th week push to the top side? Could it happen? Absolutely. Right? Now, again, the fact that we have such a steep pullback from last week to this week, not expecting that push to the top side because that pullback was so steep. Now, when we're looking at market structure, right, when you go to the 30-minute, what do we see? Right, the reason why I'm like not really, so this is how I want to mark this up. This is what makes sense for me. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high change of character, higher low, higher high break of structure, higher low. Then we had higher high. Notice how we never had a break of these highs. So because of the fact that we never got a break of these highs over here, everything was just still testing. If you notice it, none of these candles broke. Right? So I don't want to say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Right? What makes sense to me would say just be boom, higher high, and this is currently where price is giving us either the higher low to continue to a higher high, or this is where we'll see price turn around and give us a break of these lows. But this is how I see the trend currently, right? I don't see it as like what we were saying on Sunday, where I'm just gonna put the breaks over here on these lows. Just put it there. Thank you. So that's what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna just say that this is the higher low over here, and then we're trading in this higher high over here. Because we want to have a little bit of an aggressive area, especially when we're trading in these market conditions. You want to give yourself enough space to take these trades. So then we had a day of drop on Friday, then today, Monday, price gave us very slight, man, I don't know, let's see. Very, very, very close, but yeah, it is a no net. Right, so no continuations, which is okay. Again, no rush to take any of these trades. Once we start seeing higher highs and higher lows, right now we're still seeing lower low, lower high, lower low, then we'll start taking those trades. But EA is looking good. We'll keep a close eye on EA. ECAD, we are in level 2 in an uptrend. We have to break. After the price gave us a break, gave us a higher high, and we're just moving sideways. Still have that gap at the bottom of the market. No continuations. We're still 4 weeks where price has been moving sideways. So yeah, I'm not trading ECAD, but we'll keep it updated here. We can see that for the last week, we've been consolidating too, just moving sideways in this area. We have a change of character, no valid break. Once we get the break, I'll start trading ECAD. So we're just going to skip this one for now. I'm even going to turn it off. I'm not going to even keep an eye on that. EU, pretty much same thing. We've been stuck in the zone of consolidation since Monday of last week. And we're still in the area. We're still in here. No continuations. Daily time frame. We know we're still trading at the higher high. We have the break of the high. Gave us a higher high. Gave us a break. Gave us a little bit of a retest. Came back to these highs. Already gave us the 3 pushes to the top side. Gave us a month where price just moved sideways and then gave us these gaps at the bottom of the market. So I am expecting price to at least give us a pullback, for price to then fill those gaps in. Once we fill those gaps, then I'll be a lot more comfortable taking these trades. And again, price gave us a change of character, but failed to give us a valid break. It was just one candle, and then everything else went back down. So I'm not going to be taking a trade on EU until we either get a break of these highs or until we get a steeper pullback for price to fill at least this gap here to go back up, or because at this point I don't think we'll go back to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. I don't think that's a possibility, not yet at least, but we'll see. Maybe it does happen. Okay guys, any questions, any pairs in specific that you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, then we'll go through the ones that we go through, and then we'll be done for the night. GA is one of the best looking pairs right now on our list. It's one of the only pairs that doesn't have a gap in the market. Only con is that we're in peak high. We're pretty much in peak high territory already in level 3. We pretty much already made the 3 pushes to the top side, and now we're just stuck in the zone of consolidation in the higher time frames. We still have this engulfing candle here at the bottom that we've been looking for price to tap into for the last couple weeks. Still hasn't given us those pushes, but that's okay. Getting real close to it now. We're getting real close to it. 30-minute time frame. Price was giving us higher highs and higher lows up until today. And then price gave us a change of character, lower low. So at this point, we know we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows down here. The lowest red candle before the push, and then the green wick. Then we have 2 days of counter drop. So we'll wait it out for GA. It's looking good. I would love to see that pullback on GA. GCAD, we're still in the zone of consolidation, so I'm just gonna skip through this one. Just gonna see if we have to update anything on the 4 hour. Yes, we do. Everything else we'll do it on Sunday. Week of rise. Right, GCAD is another one that doesn't have any gaps in the market, but we're sitting at higher highs, just moving sideways, no continuations. Right, we have no engulfing candles to go off on. Do have a small 30-minute engulfing here. Yeah. Price tapped into it. What time was this at? 10:30. And then went straight to profit. That would have been a good one. This is 18 pip stop for about a 40 to 50 pip TP. Let's say 50 pips TP. It's not bad. Wouldn't have been a bad one. But again, we're stuck in the zone of consolidation. Want to be patient with this. You don't want to get greedy with these areas. You've seen what happens. GJ, I'm not really trading GJ, so I'm just gonna keep this one updated again. The reason why is just stuck in a zone of consolidation, guys. I'm not gonna be messing with this. Not gonna be messing with this. Already gave us that 3rd week push to the top side after 2 weeks of rise. We had 2 days of rise as soon as the market opened. Obviously, as soon as the market opened, just went up. And just finished on a no net. Gave us a rise no net. Could we expect price to give us another push to the top side after a rise no net? It could happen, but again, we're stuck in the zone of consolidation. Price pretty much didn't give us a break just yet. We're still trading between the change of characters, so I'm not really going to be trading this again. Very similar to the other pairs. Once I get that break, then I'll start trading this. But as of right now, there's too many things going on, man, for me to trade 50-50 trades. I would just rather not. GU, we know we're trading in level 2 in an uptrend. We had the higher high break, higher low retest. We have another higher high. We have 4 months of the continuation pushes to the top side. So again, I'm not really expecting price for this month to continue the push. I am expecting a pullback. Right after a higher high, we'll be expecting a higher low. So once we get that pullback on GU, very soon. Oh wow. Very similar to EU. That's when I'll start looking to take those trades again. But GU and EU are looking good again. These highs up here were not a real break, just one testing candle. So if we could get another push to the top side, give us a clean break of the highs, then I'll start taking those trades back to the top. But right now is just not the best time to take these trades. NU again is one of the new pairs that we added onto the list. So let's take a look at it real quick. We still have that gap at the top of the market. We're still in an overall downtrend. We're still in A2. Again, A2 is a second zone of consolidation. We still haven't given us, price hasn't given us a break of these lows just yet. So we're still stuck in the zone of consolidation. We got that gap at the top of the market that we could see price is still trying to push up top to close that gap. Price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So for NU, I'm not going to be trading it until we fill that gap up. Once we fill that gap, we start making lower lows and lower highs. That's when I'll start trading. US30 is another one. I'm just going to keep it updated, but I'm not really going to be trading it as much as I would want to. Again, just a whole bunch of fake outs, guys. No continuations, nothing. We're just, the last couple weeks have been sideways movement, just trapping traders, making everybody believe we're going to continue to make higher high, higher low, higher high, trap all the traders and go straight to stop loss. Make you believe this is where you're going to get the break, right? Or retest to continue, go straight to stop loss, right? Make you believe the same thing again, higher high, higher low, make you believe you're going to go into a higher high and go right back down to the bottom. Right, if you're an internal time trader, same thing here, going short. Make you believe you're going to go short and it goes right back to the top side. So I'm going to be super patient with US30. Right, and that's what we spoke about last week, which is what all these drawings are. Right, in this area, how many traders got trapped. Right, and they're all on YouTube. You guys could go and backtest and do your own research and look up traders on Twitch and Kick and anywhere else that people trade in and your Discord groups for the most part and Instagram. And you'll see how many people took L's on US30 all of last week, for the past 2 weeks actually. It's a crazy amount. So, and the fact that we could sit here and we sat here, not that we could, no, we sat here, streams are live. They're all on the YouTube page. You guys could go back to these days and be like, yo, this motherfucker really drew everything out. Right? And then pretty much these last couple pairs, guys, I don't trade them. So that's pretty much it, man. Unless you guys have any other questions. Again, I'm just going to update these last couple pairs, but that's pretty much it for the day. There's nothing else to go over. USDCAD I'm not trading. USDZAR I'm not trading until we fill this gap from the bottom. We're still in an overall uptrend. We're still in V2 for USDZAR. We're still in the second zone of consolidation, and we're just looking for price to fill that gap up at the bottom. So USDZAR I'm not trading it until we fill that gap up. Gold, let's take a look at gold. Right, this morning on gold I was like, these shorts look good, right? Potential shorts, even though again gold is not one that I'm currently trading. And I said that during the beginning of Asia going into London, right? Until once price started giving us these highs, that's when I'm like, okay, that's it. The shorts are no longer really that good. And the reason I wanted the shorts is just for price to continue to fill these gaps up. For a moment you would think, well, internally you have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? It would be ideal to get some lower highs in these areas. But once we saw price just completely went up, gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, and during the NYC it gave us that higher high break of structure. So at this point, just gonna wait it out. Again, we're still in an uptrend. We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market for gold. We're still sitting at a higher high. Price gave us like a little pullback here, and we're still continuing to push to the top side. Like we have gaps at the top of the market. We have gaps at the bottom of the market. It's just about finding the trend, right? What trend do you want to catch and don't get faked out? And even on the 30-minute, right? In the 30-minute, realistically speaking, we're still trading lower low and lower high, right? We had lower low, we had high, we had lower low. Price never broke these lows after these lows were made, right? And price never broke these highs after these highs were made. So there's really, for me to say, well, I'm going to start looking for longs, right? At this point, it doesn't make sense because I'm still trading lower low and lower high, right? And what we always say, like, this area here could have been the lower high, right? This area here could have been the lower high. This area here could be the lower high. But we know we have one more point of interest, which is these highs over here, right? And if price decides to reach these highs, right, and then again gives us an inducement of the high and then starts going short, then we know we could take these trades going back down, right? So it's just about not getting caught up in those areas. So it's really just in this situation too, right? Let's say this is the lower high and price is just going to continue this downtrend push. What would we have to look for? And this is where all the other rules come into play, right? Internal time frames, the EMAs, right? Like internal time frame, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had the lower low change of character. So even though we're below the 800, it was just a change of character. This could still just be the inducement, right? And if this is the inducement, this is where we would want to start seeing what we see now, which is change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low. So we already know that if price respects these lows, we know we're just going to get price to go back up. But if price breaks these lows, then we know we could try to get a little bit of a trade, just a small entry, to close back down at these lows once price fills these gaps, right? So that's pretty much it for gold. You touched almost everything. Thank you, Mr. Bashir. I could update. Yeah, I'll update BTC. I got you. Damn, BTC kept flying. That's crazy. We had 3 days of rise. On the third day, gave us a rise no net. Then gave us a beautiful fourth day push to the top side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful run. Right, so daily time frame, once again, we're still in peak high territory. We have 2 months of rise, this month being the third month. gave us a beautiful push to the top side. It's doing exactly what it has to do. Right, on the 4-hour, we just have a weaker rise. This week, we could potentially be looking for a second week to then just continue this trend to the top side. Right, and then again, obviously in the 30-minute, we're looking good. Right, we had 3 days of rise. Third day gave us a rise no net, then gave us that fourth day variation, which again, all this started moving at 2, 3 in the morning, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, this is good. The area that I'm looking for price to like we at least know price is gonna reach these highs, which was the highs for last month, right? Just be careful in this area, right? Lower time frame, we have a shoulder, head, shoulder. We already know that in order for price to continue the push to the top side, we need to see price break these highs, right? If price decides to give you, or if price decides to just tap that third month push, right, and then we start seeing price go short, then we know we're gonna go back down, right? And we're trading pretty much from those highs to these lows, or vice versa. If price gives us a break of these highs, then we know we could be looking for price to give us a higher high, higher low, to continue into a higher high. We'll be looking for a pullback. But that's pretty much what we're looking for on gold. And then oil, let's see if we need to update anything. We're still trading at a lower low. Price is giving us a lower high. We're still in an overall downtrend. We are in the second push to the downside. We were in A1 for zone of consolidation. We finally got our valid break of structure of the lows, and now we're looking for the retest. After the break, you're looking for a retest. We have no continuations on the daily, no continuations on the 4-hour. We're just still seeing price make higher highs and higher lows. Same thing for the 30, still just making higher highs and higher lows. 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So we'll see if we could catch a trade on US oil. But as of right now, there's no continuations on any of these trades, guys. We literally just have to be patient. There's nothing else to it. A lot of the trades look very similar to what we're looking for. Like what we were just talking about on Bitcoin is the same thing that we want to see on AU. Pretty much similar to what we were talking about gold, just inverted. So there's really not a lot to really look at. There's no news tomorrow, which is good. Tomorrow is just a slow news day on the charts, so we should have regular volume kicking in. I have been waking up for London. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna turn the stream on, because if I wake up for London and I don't see anything, then I'm just not gonna turn the stream on. If I wake up, or when I wake up for London, if I see a trade, then we'll turn the stream on, we'll take the trade, we'll talk about it, we'll do what we gotta do. And then we'll for sure, again, obviously be live for the NYC session. So, great session. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Any questions, guys? Anything you guys want me to go over? Anything you want me to talk about? Anything you guys want me to explain? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over in specific? Any trades? Anything at all before we get off for the night? Anything at all? Don't be shy. A question you have, somebody else might have that question. Once again, make sure you guys join the Discord for those who haven't. All good? Alright, man. We'll see you tomorrow, my brother. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, guys.